went through our scale in the key of C and we gave numbers to all of the notes, and we learned a few melodies with that. Now we're going to the key of G. We've memorized our G major scale, and if you haven't, go back and do that first. So if you've memorized the G major scale, I'm going to just go through the notes, one note at a time, and give them a number. And now the number 1 is no longer C, but G. We're not going to name the notes. If you know the scale, we're just going to focus on the numbers and the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Since we've already done this in the key of C, things don't have to go as slowly now. We can speed up the process just a little bit. And rather than mix them up in a slow and spoon-fed way, I'm just going to give you the numbers in a willy-nilly sort of pattern, and you try to play what I ask for. 1, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 8, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 6, 5, 7, 6, 8, 7, 5, 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6, 4, 2, 5, 7, 8, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5, 1, 7, 8, 4, 2, 5, 6, 3, 4, 7, 5, 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 7, 4, 6, 8. Let's stop there for just a second. So we're mixing them up quite a lot. We didn't have that nice slow honeymoon period. We just jumped right into them, and it's a little bit harder, but the truth of it is, as we go from key to key, this is going to get much easier for you. And this is the whole idea of what we're doing. Transposition is the mother of improvisation. And I will say that again. Transposition, or moving from one key to the other, is what gives us the ability to improvise. Think of it this way. If you learned how to play a song in the key of C, a simple melody, and you got used to where those fingers went for the sounds that you're hearing in your head, and you stopped thinking about the numbers or names of notes, but you just began to rely on the sound and the way that your fingers were moving. It got a lot easier in the key of G, even though we didn't have the experience of naming these numbers before. If you had done the exercises properly in the key of C, this would have been a little bit easier for you. And every key we do is going to be easier and easier until it comes to the point where you're familiar enough with the scales that you'll be able to play the intervals by ear and not thinking about names of notes or numbers, but just simply the sound, and you're tuned into the scale. And if you can play a song in a key that you've never played it in before, you can play it the first time without having practiced it. And that, you have to understand, is what I'm talking about. And that's why we're doing these exercises in these different keys. It's plain logic. If you can play a song such as London Bridge or I'm a Little Teapot, if you can play that song in the key of C, and you can play it well without having to think about the numbers or the names of the notes, but just play it, you should be able to transpose that into the key of G very easily. And this means exactly what it sounds like. You can play in a different key without having to make mistakes or hunt for notes. If you can do that in the key of D, the key of A, the key of E, what happens is your guitar takes on a new three-dimensionality to it, or five-dimensionality if you want to think of it that way. It becomes multi-dimensional. You don't think of it as a song that you've practiced and you've learned how to regurgitate. It becomes fluid for you. And this is why we learn how to transpose. So let's get back to these exercises. Twinkle Twinkle or Baba, Black Sheep, is 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. And any melody that I'm thinking about, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, or 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 6, 8, 5, 4, 4, 5, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1. Whatever it is, I can move to any key I want to after I learn how to think about the sounds and put them together with my fingers. So that's what we're doing here. Let's get back to this exercise. 7, 5, 6, 3, 2, 5, 1, 8, 4, 2, 5, 1, 3, 2, 4, 6, 7, 5, 1. So back this up and play along with it until you can do it perfectly without mistake, and then move on to your melody exercises in the key of G. Let that be a lesson to you.